I'm a teacher, and I understand grades. I spent years giving them and receiving them and chasing after them. So when an online therapist told me that I have the emotional regulation of a 4-year-old, my brain translated that into F. I have failed. My name is Haitrieu Nguyen. I'm a professor and a mental health first aid trainer. I also received a 5-year grant to promote mental health awareness in the Houston Asian community. So now, standing in front of you, I want to ask you, what grade would you give yourself in terms of emotional regulation? Anybody an A? Raise your hand. A half hand. So, one hand. All right. A C minus? A few hands, 2 hands. I guess the rest of you are incomplete. Well, I have good news. I don't believe that many of us are born emotional geniuses. I believe that emotional intelligence is not something you're born with, like your hair color or your eye color. I believe it's a skill that you learn, just like math, just like riding a bike. And that's my dream, that one day emotional regulation will be taught in every single school, and not as a soft skill, but an essential skill. Because when we teach it, we also heal ourselves. So now, who here wants to become an emotional genius? Please raise your hand. Yeah, almost 100%. Very good. An emotional genius is someone who can recognize their emotions in real time and use that information to make decisions and not be ruled by them. But I'm going to be honest with everyone here. I'm not quite there yet, okay? I say I'm a B minus, progress, not perfection. So I want to share with you a story on how I arrived here. During COVID, all of us lost freedom, but I also lost my dad. And I lost the sense of identity. These losses, they unlocked something that's older than adulthood. I didn't realize how empty I had been feeling until one day it all came rushing in. I was listening to Professor Haitrieu Nguyen's memoir. He's describing his childhood from San Jose. His mom would come home every day to cook, and they would sit down together as a family of 4, mother, father, and 2 teenage boys. I could even visualize her in a thin white pajama, the sound of the sizzling pork chops as it hits the pan, the garlic infused with fish sauce. A simple, everyday dinner at a wooden table, nothing special. And yet this memory unlocked something inside me that I had been holding in for so long. It stirred up a grief from childhood. You see, I never had that kind of memory. I'm the youngest of 3, and my parents are immigrants as well. They were teachers in Vietnam, but over here they had to start over, so that means many times they come home after 10 p.m. Many times I would never see them. So every day I'd come home to an empty house. Dinner was always there, but dinner for one. It wasn't just lonely, it was desolate. I wasn't starving for food, I was starving for connections. On the outside, I was this bubbly, grinning teenage child, but on the inside, I was so empty. So that day, listening to the memoir, the tears just continued. I came to school teaching completely dysregulated. I walked around like a robot. And at night, I try to comfort myself. Hey, you're not alone anymore. You're loved, and many people love you. But the tears wouldn't stop and the grief continued. Because it wasn't really about that day. It was about the past. When we fled Vietnam, I didn't just lose my homeland. I lost my childhood. I lost my roots. And like a plant that's repotted, it's taking me years to find that stability again. That day in the shower, I knew that my body wasn't sick, but my soul was. Several weeks later, I discovered a book called Permission to Feel by Dr. Mark Brackett. In the book, he introduced a tool that really helped me to make sense of my inner world. The tool is called the Mood Meter. It's taught in over 2,000 schools. It has two axes. The x-axis measures pleasantness in terms of least pleasant on the left and most pleasant on the right-hand side. And the y-axis measures your emotions in terms of its energy level, from low to high. It also has 4 color zones. The red color zone are all the emotions which are higher in energy, unpleasant like enraged or peeved, or like anxious like me right now. And the blue color zone describes all the unpleasant and lower energy emotions such as desolation and sad. And the yellow color zone are all the emotions which are higher in energy and pleasant, like joyful and enthusiastic. And the green color zone includes all the emotions which are lower in energy, but pleasant, like calm and serene. See, I learned that once I can name my emotions, it starts to slow things down. If I can name it, then I can tame it. I learned that emotions aren't bad. They're simply messengers. They carry with them really important information. Another metaphor that really helped me to make sense of my inner world further is the elephant and the rider. The elephant is our emotional brain. It's huge, instinctive, but shaped by the past. And the rider is our smart, rational brain, but it's kind of small and not always in control. So when the elephant panics, the rider just can't steer. So how do we get these two to work together? That's when I came up with a process I now call flow. F is for feelings, L is for listening, and O is for options. It's how I create a pause between what happens and how I choose to respond. 1, F is for feelings. Utilizing the mood meter, I name my emotion. That already begins to calm down the elephant. 2, I listen to the feeling behind the words, not just on the content. I listen not to fix the problem and not to judge. This is a habit that I picked up from the 7 Habits of Effective People. And 3, O is for options. I ask myself, what are my choices at the moment? The elephant has spoken. It's now the rider's turn to plan for a way to go forward. Before flow, I was always reacting, lots of red lights. after flow, there's more green lights. Not because life's gotten easier, it hasn't, but because I have given myself permission to pause. So now I can say with honesty, I'm learning to become an emotional genius, one pause at a time. Whether you have traumas or not, emotional regulation is a skill, and all skills can be learned. And one more thing. Emotions, they're not weaknesses. They're simply a bridge between who we are and who we want to become. I started to recognize this shift in myself when I saw that my mom, of 85-year-old, had fallen on the Ring camera. I paused, and I go, okay, you're definitely in the red. Probably panic, afraid, jittery, anxious, all the above. But I also knew that the elephant was behind the wheels. I told myself, it makes sense you're in a panic mode. This is what cortisol is for, so that you can get things done. But I knew I needed to slow down and ground myself, so I put my hands under the air conditioning vents in the AC of the car. I tried to breathe and ground myself, and then I called my brothers and my mom's neighbors. The entire time, I'm asking myself, what are my options? Do I rush home with the elephant behind the wheel, or do I stay put and let others help my mom? I am so proud of myself that I chose the second option. And that's the gift of emotional regulation. It doesn't mean we never go in the red or never panic or never get upset. It means we have a way back to get to balance. And that's what flow is, a return path, a tool set, a pause button. It's how we go from just surviving to thriving. So the next time your elephant is charging at you, pause, listen, feel it, choose with intention. It's how we all become emotional geniuses, one pause at a time. Please join me in bringing this into every classroom and into our lives.